She wanted her daughter and grandchildren closer to Miami. But when the court said no, something far more disturbing was allegedly set in motion. Welcome to Your Eyes, where we uncover the details behind some of the most mysterious true crime cases. In 2014, Florida State University law professor Dan Markel was found fatally wounded at his Tallahassee home. But investigators would eventually discover that this case was much bigger than a simple attack. Dan was going through a bitter divorce and custody dispute with his former wife, Wendy Adelson. A judge had rejected Wendy's attempt to relocate their 2 children to South Florida, where her family lived. According to prosecutors, that decision became a major part of the motive behind what happened next. Investigators alleged that Wendy's mother, Donna Adelson, and her son, Charlie Adelson, became involved in a plan to permanently remove Dan from the custody dispute. Charlie was a Florida periodontist, and prosecutors said he relied on his then-girlfriend, Catherine Magbanua, to connect him with men from Miami. That connection eventually led investigators to Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera, who traveled from South Florida to Tallahassee. Then, on July 18, 2014, Dan's life came to a tragic end. But the biggest mystery was still unanswered. Who was really behind it? For years, investigators followed a trail of phone records, surveillance footage, financial connections, and recorded conversations. Then the case began to unravel. Luis Rivera eventually pleaded guilty and received a 19-year sentence. Sigfredo Garcia was later convicted and sentenced to life. Catherine Magbanua was also convicted after a retrial and received life in prison. Then came the case that prosecutors had been waiting for. In 2023, Charlie Adelson was found guilty of first-degree murder, conspiracy, and solicitation. He was sentenced to life in prison, along with additional prison terms. And just 1 week later, investigators made another stunning move. Donna Adelson was arrested at Miami International Airport while reportedly attempting to leave the United States on a one-way ticket to Vietnam. The timing immediately raised questions. Was she simply trying to travel? Or was she trying to disappear before investigators could reach her? Donna was eventually brought to trial. In 2025, a jury found her guilty of first-degree murder, conspiracy, and solicitation in connection with Dan Markel's death. She received a life sentence, followed by an additional 30-year term. What makes this case so remarkable isn't just the number of people eventually convicted. It's the years it took investigators to connect the pieces, from a bitter custody dispute to people traveling hundreds of miles, to recorded conversations, and finally, a family member being arrested while trying to leave the country. And even after more than a decade, the Dan Markel case remains one of Florida's most closely followed true crime stories. If you want more real cases where the truth took years to come to light, follow your eyes and share this video.